Well, here I am out walking Sally again in the woods beside Kilmory Hall, just above Lagg, and it's quite cool. Sally's panting a little bit, but not much, because it is cool. It's not sunny today, well, not just now anyway, and but anything over about 15 degrees is warm for her, just because she's a Westie and she's made for cool conditions, and Westies are meant to be hunting dogs, although they look kind of like small and white and cuddly, especially this one. They're meant to be really tough dogs, you know. A 300-year-old breed, West Highland Terrier, made to withstand the rigours of hunting in the Scottish landscape, and it turns out this one doesn't bark. But Westies usually do bark a lot, they're barky dogs, and they have to be, because they're so brave. They'll actually go down holes and things trying to hunt things out, which is their job, and get stuck in holes, and they can suffocate and they need to be dug out, and their bark can save their life. So that's the reason why a Westie's got quite a loud bark. But this one doesn't. In fact, we had this one a month and she hadn't barked once. It wasn't until we were watching Landward or Countryfile, I can't remember, one of those two, on the telly, and there was like a sheep on the telly, and then she started puffing her cheeks out, you know. What's going on here? That, like, she kind of pushed out a semi-bark. Like, whoa, this dog can bark. So that was after like weeks. So yeah, almost nobody ever hears Sally barking, unless she's watching the telly and watching Countryfile, in which case she can get excited for about a minute or something, and then that's that done, out of her system. But anyway, so the fact is she's made for cool conditions, so even when it's actually really nice, like just now, I mean this is not too warm for me, it's just lovely, she can get too hot, or she can feel a bit too hot. So she's probably going to get too hot in a minute, because we're going to take a little turn up here that takes us back up to Kilmory Hall, because if we carry on down this path, we actually went down only a few days ago, down to the river and the Lagg Hotel, that's where that goes, and she's probably going to think we're going that way, but we're not. We're going to go up the steep bit on the right and test her endurance, especially when she's a little bit warm. I'll probably have to steer her. In fact, what we'll do, just to make sure we do start off going the right direction, I'm going to stop her here and lift her, there we go, and point her in this direction. Now, tap her bottom a little bit, there we go, hopefully that does it. Seems to be going okay. When I've been walking about these woods, just like the last time I was here actually, I was listening to a buzzard, which I think must be just either hunting or living just across that river, on the other side of that river there. It's a noisy bird, and it makes 3 calls together. You're like, that, and then it goes silent for 15-20 seconds, and then it does it again, same 3 calls, and it just keeps doing 3 calls over and over again, which is fine and nice to hear. I couldn't see the buzzard. I did see the buzzard last time actually, but only kind of glimpsing through the trees, because it's such well, it's thick cover here, so you're not going to see a bird very much, you know, through that. Look back down the path there, that's where we've been walking up. Sally stopped, she's waiting. Come on, there we go, Sal. Good dog. Well, at least she can still get up this slope on her own, so that's good. But yeah, and I'm very familiar with the buzzard's call, because For years and years I've run round Glenasdale Falls, and the buzzards stayed there, and until very recently, and they would attack me. They would dive bomb at me. There's the path down to Cairn the beach, and this is the path that we're taking to the hall. And they would attack me, and it's a funny story that I didn't know the buzzards were there. This years ago, and I went running around Glenasdale, and I was listening to a Scotland football game, and so I had my headphones on, which is a great way to run. Actually, it's nice to, so I was kind of getting excited, but we were doing quite well in the game. I could hear the crowd cheering and things, and that's all I could hear, the commentator and the cheering, and oh, there's somebody coming. And I'm running along, and all I can hear in the stadium, I thought, was what was the sound of an eagle screaming, which turned out to be a buzzard's cry, that one I've just described. All right there, all right, not bad. You're going faster than me are anyway. Just while we're at it, that's Ailsa Craig over there. See that from the path. There we go. Isn't that nice? Amazing. Oh, I can just hear the buzzard there as well. Anyway, so I'm running along. I'm thinking, how come I can hear an eagle in the stadium, in the Scotland, match stadium, and I'm listening to the football game, and I'm still running along. You can hear it. And it was a buzzard. It turned out that's what the noise was. A buzzard flying behind me, right at my head with its claws out, and just as it swooped over, it just skimmed over my head by a foot or two, and went flying in front of me like that. It's like, whoa! So that noise I was hearing was a buzzard screaming at me right before it was, going to take the top of my head off. And they do that. Actually, it turns out buzzards will actually they'll take your scalp off and do a lot of damage. And I can tell you, they're big birds. They're nearly as wide as me, with their wings outstretched. And a few times, I would say over the years, because it would probably attack me 6 or 7 times, maybe 10 times at the same time. I must have had 70 or 80 flypasts with buzzards up there and attacking my head and just flying right at me in full speed. And at the last second, the wings kind of drop in to its side, and the claws come out, the talons come out in front of it, like it's about to pick something up out the sea or something. But that's at your head, amazing, really scary. But I actually miss it because I haven't seen them there the last maybe 18 months. There were 2 up at Glenasdale, and I don't know where they've gone. And they were there for so many years beforehand that well, basically I just hope that they're all right and that they've moved to somewhere else. I'd rather have them well and be attacked by them than not have them at all. So the Glenasdale buzzards aren't up there anymore. A lot of people have said the same actually up there. It's just runners. They never went for cyclists or walkers. Just runners. In fact, I remember hearing a story about a lassie Sue that stays in the village in Whitebank. She took a lassie up running around Glenasdale, and it was this girl's first run outside. She'd just been running on a treadmill till then, and she was nervous outside. And they went round Glenasdale on her first run outside because she was fit. She just, wasn't going outside because she was too, nervous and embarrassed. And they got attacked by the buzzard. And that was the last time she went outside. Because it's a big bird, like you're looking out for it the whole time. Ever since then with the Scotland game thing, I would no way have gone round Glenasdale with headphones on or anything like that. I was watching out and looking out for that buzzard, or buzzards laterally, the whole time. just to see if I was going to get attacked. And I mean, it would have continued to attack you, maybe you would run for about half a mile. And it was only just towards the end that I worked out, in fact, they don't attack you or they stop attacking you if you just stand still. It's the running motion, something about running that they don't like, you know, that they see as a threat. You know, I guess you're looking at a hunting animal or something, you know, running about, hunting down its prey or something, which cyclists and walkers don't look like. So as long as you keep running, even if you're running away from it, it'll keep attacking. And the more noise you make, trying to scare it off, which I would do, I'd flap my arms about and jump up and down and oh, no, no, whatever else I was saying, I still remember. Go nee, no. He's a break, all that kind of stuff. And it would just enrage it even more, you know. So yeah, so it's nice to hear the buzzard. That's when we've been there. I didn't plan on talking about that at all, actually. Anyway, there we go. That's what I've been talking about. Completely unplanned filming by Dave. Right, there's Sally, and there's the back of Kilmory Hall. Are we going round this way this time, Sally, are we? Is that where we're going? Which way is it? We're coming this way? You're going to follow me? Are you going to? You're going to follow me. Hi! Come on, Sally. Yes, sometimes we go around the other side of the hall there, so she wasn't quite sure. Swing Park, primary school, which is shut for the summer, of course. I would think the English one's shut this weekend, maybe, because they're a couple of weeks behind the Scottish ones. Anyway, I think they'll be shut by now, about now, if they haven't shut already. This is where we've been. Kilmory Walk. A 200-year-old plantation of silver fir. It says here, and I can't read it after that. There we go. Notice board there. Southend notice board. Here she comes. Art and Craft Studios. In here, and the shop. There you go, jewellery and art. Bespoke kilts and accessories. Come on in, there we go, if you're needing art and jewellery and kilts and things. We're open. Sally can't. No, I don't know. Maybe could get upstairs, but I think it'll be a struggle. Main road. Down to Lagg, just down there on the left. And that Kilmory Hall. Our car's just here anyway. With the shop just in there. Community shop. And the 1934 club. Okay, I think that'll do for us. That'll do us, Sally.